WMBD is your local election headquarters. Many political polls show two Republican gubernatorial candidates now in the lead. But with 6 total candidates, each person is trying to make headway in this final stretch to the June 28th primary. Our Matt Sheehan sits down with candidate Paul Schimpf on the record.
The polls out there for a while really were saying Urban and Bailey are kind of these top 2 candidates. But recently you got the Tribune endorsement. You have been a part of some forums that you've gotten some positive feedback on your performance there. Talk me through what the last couple of weeks have been like and how that's kind of changed your campaign to really try to make a push for this thing.
Well, the polling in the 2020 election was so wildly off that really anybody that is putting a lot of reliance in what the poll says really hasn't looked at past history. And we have a lot of momentum because, as you mentioned, we did get the endorsement from the Chicago Tribune. That is the biggest political endorsement in Illinois. And for the Tribune to basically look at our campaign and say they are actually talking about ideas that can unify the state of Illinois, that is a huge plus for us. And then now people are really starting to pay attention.
I think a major topic, and it was definitely shown in the forums, the debates, was crime, gun control, the different laws that are going on. What do you think makes you the best candidate that come November, if you're elected our next governor, that you can tackle this issue of crime and make Illinois a safer state?
Well, Illinois, has a crime problem right now. People just simply do not feel safe in Illinois. One of the things that we are running on is safe communities and safe families. And addressing the violent crime issue has to involve supporting our law enforcement personnel unequivocally. We need a governor who is going to stand beside our law enforcement and let them know that the people of Illinois and the government of Illinois have their backs. One of the things that we have proposed in our New Start for Illinois policy agenda, which has 6 pillars, but one of those 6 pillars is increasing legal protection for law enforcement and first responders. We have hate crimes legislation in Illinois where certain groups have additional protections under hate crimes law. If we're going to have that, one of the groups that should receive protection is law enforcement. If you target law enforcement or a first responder simply because of their status protecting us, punishment should be increased for that. The other thing that makes me the best candidate to run our state is I have experience as a prosecutor in the Marine Corps. You have to have prosecutors holding people accountable. In my experience as a Marine Corps prosecutor, where I worked the trial of Saddam Hussein in Iraq, but I also was the head prosecutor for the Western Recruiting Region, where I prosecuted attempted murder cases, child sexual abuse, rape, sexual assault, drug dealers. That gives me the credibility to sit down with Mayor Lightfoot and State's Attorney Fox and talk about how are we going to find solutions to the violence problem in Chicago. I'm not somebody that is about just demonizing and attacking people. You have to sit down and find solutions. And one of the things that I will do as governor is I will hold myself accountable. If I have not been able to bring people together and get violence under control in Illinois, you will not see me running for re-election. The governor has to hold himself accountable.
And tomorrow on WMBD This Morning, you can hear Schimpf's plan to address the Safety Act if he is elected governor.